What's up, folks? Quick recap of UFC Mexico City. Brandon Moreno, standout performance. He was up against the number 8 ranked Steve Erceg. Even though Moreno did close as a minus 270 favorite, a lot of people were thinking, myself included, Erceg, he has all of the tools. He's a technical, skilled boxer who has yet to put everything together to squeak out a couple of those wins. But then again, you take everything into consideration, he was originally slated to fight Asu Amabayev. Instead, you get Brandon Moreno. So, hats off to him for a valiant performance. If you take a look at the numbers, you actually will see Erceg outlanded Moreno. He didn't have the damage, though, per se. So outlanded him 119 to 95 on paper. Moreno had the big ooh and ah moments that the commentary talked about as well. The reason that I want to even talk about this at all is because this is kind of a trend that you're seeing in the UFC right now, where you have people who are holding up divisions, perennial top 10 fighters, perennial top 5 fighters that are basically holding their stake, playing gatekeeper and pushing away all of the new prospects. This year, I think last year as well, has historically not been a fantastic year when it comes down to prospects in the UFC. A lot of undefeated guys losing, a lot of the big marketing pushes that are being placed on these prospects, again, getting thrown into the deep end maybe just a tad bit too quick. So while the UFC is about the best fighting the best, you still do need to have a funnel of like important upcoming talent, exciting talent that will move the needle. Because another thing that a lot of us have been complaining about, if you're an avid watcher, is there's Apex show after Apex show. It's not COVID anymore. Let's get back out there, get back on the road and fill up these stadiums. But you can have a situation like UFC London just last week where what happens? You get a sleepy crowd, right? It's a weird time in the morning to accommodate the US viewers, but you go out there, you don't have these big names, or you have these big names that are putting on lackluster performances. And then once again, what do you have? You don't have the big push. You don't have the big fight feels that we're so accustomed to. So, Brandon Moreno, he plays gatekeeper. He says, I am here to stay. He's playing the Max Holloway of the flyweight division right now, more or less, at least when Max was still at featherweight, excuse me. But the question becomes, what's left for the flyweight division? Now that Moreno had this decisive victory, 49-46 all across the board, you have lost to Pantoja, the champion. You got a win and a loss to Brandon Royval, the number 1 guy. You beat Albazi definitively, the number 3 guy in the division. Knocked out Kai Kara France, TKO with that nasty body shot. That's a number 4 guy in the division. And then finally, you take out the number 8 guy, Steve Erceg, who a lot of people were saying kind of gifted an opportunity. But again, you got thrown into the deep end. When I take a look at the rankings right now, there's really only 2 ways that you can go. Pantoja needs somebody right now, right? So it's either going to be Kai Kara France at number 4, or it's going to be Manel Kopp at number 6. There's no other name right now that really makes any sense, and you need to see what the outcome of that fight turns into to see what's next on the table for Brandon Royval. I don't know if we're interested in seeing another rematch. It kind of seems to me right now, flyweight division, heavyweight division, a little stagnant. And when I say stagnant, I mean we just don't have the incoming talent that's coming in, that's bringing in the oohs and ahs. Tatsuro Taira, right? You lose, you were the big guy that was hyped up. All right, it is what it is. Tagir Ulanbekov, not exciting, always put on the first fight of the card for whatever reason. He's creeping his way up, but not quite there yet. I don't see anybody else except Ramazan Temirov right now, Josh Van, that can start storming up, but they're not title contention right now. So again, Brandon Moreno, he's played gatekeeper. I'm interested to see what he's able to do because he had a fantastic performance, 2-time champion in the division, and now he's saying he's fighting with no pressure. He's already done it all. He's made his mark in the history books, and it's a matter of can he become a 3-time flyweight champion? Because if so, definitive Hall of Fame? I mean, I don't know. I got to kind of take into consideration what a Hall of Fame requirement in the UFC means today, because things change very quickly. The UFC is very quick to iterate in terms of their marketing machine. But again, standout performance here by Brandon Moreno. Slightly one-dimensional. Thought I'd see a little bit more mix him up with the grappling to kind of spread things out against Erceg, because I wasn't sure if he'd be able to win a technical kickboxing match. But we need to see what the remainder of the year looks like so that this division can get a little bit of a shakeup. Remember, it wasn't that long ago when Dana was like, hey, we got to get rid of this division entirely. They brought it back, but they brought it back with fun, exciting fights, and that's what we got to get back to. So interested to know what you guys think. Let us know in the comments below, and we'll catch you on the next one.